All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechachodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, in this lesson, we're going into this article that I came across. France is sending troops into NATO. But before I bring out this article, I'm going to start off with this precept, Joel 3 and 9. It says, proclaim this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So we're in a state right now where the world is actually preparing for war, okay? This is about to be the world's war, the war to end all wars, all right? Okay? So the Lord is already setting this up. He already laid down a decree, prepare war. It says, wake up the mighty men. It says, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. You see? So the Lord is already saying, hey, all of y'all mighty men that y'all had, doing whatever, let them come up, man. Let them get ready for war. All right? Because war is near. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I'm strong. Now the other nations are proclaiming that they're strong. They're no longer weak. They're bucking. Even the nations like Africa that on the surface seem like they're super impoverished, they're saying to America, like Nigeria, they just kicked out of the American military. They're saying, nah, we're strong now. All right, we don't want to have shit to do with y'all so-called Western imperialist empire. We don't want to have nothing to do with that anymore. All right. So you got all these other nations that are these smaller nations that were once considered weak coming together, and they're basically taking over. Okay. It says so we're gonna move to this article, right? So this article says France is preparing a contingent of 2,000 troops to be sent to Ukraine. Intelligence chief. Now, this article, just to show you, this article was published March 19th. So this was 6 days ago. Okay. It says, according to Sergei Narashkin, I have you say this name, Narishkin, the military fears that such a large military unit cannot be transferred and stationed in Ukraine unnoticed. See, that was the whole thing. They want to put a high level troops into Ukraine to combat Russia, okay? But they know that they can't do it without it being unnoticed. Now, this right here is going to create a big problem. We're going to get into that later on. All right? So it says Moscow, March 19th, the Russian side has informed France, okay? The Russian side has information that France is preparing a military contingent of 2,000 troops to be sent to Ukraine. Director of Russia Foreign Intelligence Service, SVR, Sergei Narashkin said the current leadership of the country of France does not care about the deaths of ordinary French people or about the concerns of generals, according to information coming to Russian SVR. A contingent to be sent to Ukraine is already being prepared initially. It will include about 2,000 troops, he said. He said, according to Russian Foreign Intelligence Chief, the French military fears that such a large unit cannot be transferred and stationed in Ukraine unnoticed. It will thus become a legitimate priority target for attacks by Russian armed forces. This means that it will suffer the fate of all French who have ever come to the Russian world with a sword, he stressed. After a conference on Ukraine in Paris, French President Emmanuel Macron did not unequivocally rule out potentially sending Western land troops to the zone of the specific military operation in Ukraine. He also vowed that Western states would do what is needed to prevent Russian victory in this conflict. Okay, so now they're attesting that now they just talking shit right now, okay? But they're saying that they're sending these troops over. Now, Vladimir Putin, and I'm about to play this video. Vladimir Putin said if there's a continuation of Russian Western escalation in Ukraine, he's gonna launch nuclear missiles. Okay, he's gonna launch some type of nuclear attack. So let's go ahead and play this video. Now you can see now this is from the Sun, and this was published March 17th. Okay, and it was updated on March 18th. So it says, Vlad's global threat. Vladimir Putin warns of World War III if Western troops enter Ukraine as he wins another sham election. So they're calling his election a sham. All right, but let's play it.
The vote of every citizen of Russia, the votes of all citizens of Russia express the united will of the Russian Federation. This is one of the bases for the country's development in the field of defense, in the field of science, in the field of education, in all very important areas. And of course, today, within the current conditions, I would like to especially express my gratitude to the military, people who are on the front line, who are ensuring the conditions for our country to exist in the future.
All right, it says Putin. I'm gonna read this some of this article. It says Vladimir Putin warned of World War III as he inadvertently secured another term as Russian leader after tearing up a constitutional limitation. He said he stayed at the Kremlin. It says Vladimir Putin gave his victory speech at HQ. I'm looking for where it talked about how it says Vladimir. I want us to get to that part where it talk. Oh yeah, it says he said. I'm gonna skip down to this article right here. It says the despot once again warned that World War III could the world could be on the brink of World War III if Western troops enter Ukraine, where Russia invasion continues to stall over the last 2 years. Okay, so that was the point pretty much that I wanted to bring out. And this is a shorter version of the video that I saw. This is just a clip of the video. But in the full version of this video clip, I thought this was the whole one. In the full version of the video clip, which you can search it out and find it, he actually says that he's warning about World War III if Western troops enter into Ukraine. He's going to launch nuclear missiles. All right, so let's continue on. Let's go to Ezekiel the 38th chapter, because at one point in time, Russia was cool with the Western world, all right, but all that's changed, and Russia can't wait to get their lick back now. This is Ezekiel 33:9. I'm sorry, 38:4 is what I wanted, and it says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with suits of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." And it says, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets, Gomer and his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and his bands, and many people of thee. Okay, so you're gonna have people that's living in Africa, you're gonna have people that's in the Middle East. Okay, you're gonna have people that's in Asia, you're gonna have people that's in Russia. He goes through it. The Lord goes through it. I'll continue on just a little bit more. It says, "Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and thy company that are assembled unto thee. Be thou on guard. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the later years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword." And now that's talking about Rome, man, when Rome was healed with a deadly wound. So that's the rebirth of Rome was America. and is gathered out of and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. So the Lord is about to one part. He's about to destroy, use these armies to destroy Russia as a shield and a buckler. You know what I'm saying, against the North. He's going to be providing nukes. That's why you got Vladimir Putin giving all of these nuclear weapons to all of these other nations, all of these weapons to protect themselves, providing military aid, because they're becoming a shield for the other nations. Okay, and at the same time, they're standing up. They're saying, "Hey, man, America, y'all keep on messing with us, man. We're gonna bomb y'all." And eventually, the word is going to turn into reality. And again, one time, Russia was actually cool, you know, but the Lord turned him back, because Russia is a vital part of prophecy. Okay. So and you know, on the side note, as all these things are happening, as they're sending troops, you know, French troops into Ukraine, and while Vladimir Putin is sitting here saying, "Hey, I'm gonna nuke y'all," and war is escalating, and things are really starting to spin. You know, you got niggas partying during the Passover. Okay, you got niggas partying during the Passover. You see? Instead of really paying attention to the prophecies that are happening on the earth right now. You see? A solemn assembly. But that's, you know, we just did a lesson about that. You know what I'm saying? But just going back. Let's see, 16:11. Let's see what I'm. See, I think it's either 9 or 15. I think it's 15. So this is second Ezra's, the 15th chapter. I'm going to start at the 14th verse. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands." So we're seeing that. We're seeing the buildup of this, Salakia. We're seeing the buildup of these events happening right now. We're seeing the uproars of the people. We're seeing the sword and destruction starting to build up. We're seeing these things build up right now. Okay? We're also seeing the collapse of Western society as we speak. Things are falling apart right in front of everyone. All right? And while all of these things are happening, you know, again, you know, you got some Israelites that are doing the wrong thing, you know, in this time where, hey, this is a very serious time that we're going through right now. All right, something very well could pop off very soon. You know, you know, you got these people. They not just popping words, man. People are dying, and eventually that war that's happening over there is going to be happening over here. Okay. It's not only going to be happening over here, but it's going to be happening over here while they're having a financial collapse, while famines and food shortages are happening. Ain't going to be no aid for America. You know how America's sending aid everywhere else in the world? Ain't going to be no damn aid for Americans when all this shit hits the fan. Okay? It ain't going to be no aid. It ain't going to be no, I need water, and there's a water truck coming in to give you water. That shit is not going to happen, man. The rest of the world is going to hate America. So the only thing they're going to want to do is see this place destroyed. Okay? And you're going to have people that are going to be fighting against one another while we're at war with other nations. So you can have People fighting with each other within Babylon while Babylon is fighting wars without Babylon. How do you think that's going to work? Okay? It says, for there should be sedition among men. And this is coming because the laws that are being passed right now are becoming more and more Draco. And if you don't know what that means, draconian. Okay? So, if you want to look into what a draconian law is, you go ahead and look it up. Right? But hey, the laws are becoming more and more draconian. So as these laws become more and more draconian, you're going to start getting this sedition. It's already happening. All right? People are already bucking up against the ones that are in power. It says, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. Okay? So they're not going to regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Their kings or princes are their governors, their senators, their presidents. All right? Their congressmen. Their sheriffs, their local police. All right? Those are the ones that govern society. From the highest level down to the lowest level. People aren't going to regard them. It says, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. You're not going to be able to go nowhere. Lockdowns and curfews are going to be put in place. Okay? All these things are going to come to pass very soon as we come into this time of war. All right? You think that you're going to be able to walk around freely when there's a big boy war and a potential civil war within the nation? You think you're just going to be walking around freely? No, that's not going to be happening. You're going to be locked in your city, and a lot of people will be locked in their houses. And some people are going to be hauled off. Okay? It says, because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Now, America is a prideful nation. The only nation in the world that's so full of pride but so stupid to realize that a foreign government runs your country. You got a foreign government dictating policy to your nation, to your so-called elected officials, which aren't really your elected officials. They're selected, not elected. Okay? Because they all have to do the bidding of the lobbyists that put them there. Like, for instance, TikTok, for instance, in the House of Representatives, right? 81% of those people were lobbied, of the so-called congressmen were lobbied to vote for a TikTok ban. That was 81%. 81% of those people that never agree on anything all of a sudden agreed to ban this particular application. All right? So the confusion that you see in the House, the Senate, and in the White House, that's all orchestrated. Okay? That's all orchestrated to give you the illusion that there's conflict between parties. All right? But like I say all the time, you got a right wing, you got a left wing. It's a goddamn bird. You got two wings on the same bird, but who's the head? Who's the one driving this thing? You see? You always hear about the left wing and the right wing, but what about the head? The bird has a head. It has a brain. It has something that's steering it. Okay? But see, y'all dumbass people out there, y'all don't realize that shit. So then you got 81% of the House of Representatives voting to ban this app. Well, ask yourself a question. Who is the person that is lobbying for this? Because you have what we call lobbyists that go to congressmen and senators to have certain bills passed, certain amendments made. I know, I used to be a lobbyist, so I know. You go. But corporate lobbyists have more power than private lobbyists because they got money. They can line their pockets. And that's not how it was supposed to be. You see? So foreign entities have hijacked y'all government and y'all too stupid to do anything about it. All right? Because y'all full of pride. Going back to my original point. You full of damn pride. Okay? I'm going to read 18 again. So it says, for because of their pride, their city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, y'all going to be afraid out here, man. Y'all going to be scared as hell out here. Okay? Because everything that you know is about to get turned upside down. And when this shit happens, You know, you got all these people out here thinking that they can predict when the Lord wants things to happen. Just like you can't predict when you're gonna die. Just like you can't predict really what's gonna happen to you on a day-to-day basis. Just like you can't predict that shit, you're not gonna be able to predict when the Lord wants this thing to pop off. Okay? Because I guarantee you it's gonna be something like this. One day everything is gonna be good, and the very next day it's gonna be all hell, and it's gonna stay all hell. It's not gonna be no gradual shit. You're not gonna really have no time to prepare for this. You better hope that you have your children. You better hope that you have everything you need. You better hope that you stationed at your house when all hell break loose. Because when it does happen, if you're not where you need to be and the Lord ain't with you, you through. Period. You through. Okay? So yeah, you're gonna be afraid. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Yes, because it ain't gonna be no food out here, man. You see, you got niggas partying on the Passover, not realizing this is about to be a great famine. Okay? This famine is about to be horrible. Niggas gonna be eating each other left and right. Like it's nothing. Like, look at what they doing over there in Haiti. You got niggas eating niggas left and right. Got a nigga named Barbecue, and you got these stupid guys, IUIC, going out there interviewing these barbarians. You know? So y'all think it's not gonna be peachy, it's not gonna be peaches and cream, man. This shit about to be hell. And you can see that it's about to be hell. Look at the weather. Look how the weather is even hellish. One day it's sunny, the next day and warm, the next day is fucking cold as hell. The next day is raining, the next day is warm again and cold as hell again. So much so that the plants don't even know what season it is. They don't know the trees don't even know if it's fall, if it's spring. They like, what the hell is going on? You got some plants that are blooming, some plants that are still going through the autumn process. Okay, so you can't look and see what's going on. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. It's not going to be an easy time. Okay? You're talking about a famine, nuclear war. You're talking about all these things that are coming to a head right now. You know? And while all these things are happening, y'all still like just like the scriptures say, they should be given. I just did a catering event for a wedding yesterday. The scriptures talk about how they're going to be given in marriage and taken in marriage, eating and drinking. And I'm looking at this shit as I'm doing it, and I'm like, man, the scriptures is really calling out what these people are doing in the end times. They're not even paying attention to what's going on. And you're so concerned about your minuscule life that can change at any damn time at a whim that you're not paying attention to what's popping off right in front of you. Okay? And it says, so yeah, that was pretty much the point on that. So yeah, you know, hey, World War III is right around the corner, okay? While y'all sitting here playing games, World War III is right around the corner. Vladimir, they sending the troops up in the NATO, up in the Ukraine right now, you know, and Vladimir Putin done warned, hey, it's going to be consequences if y'all do that. Words are going to turn into war, all right? It's not going to be continue to be popped off. Somebody, you know, it's going to be like this. Oh, they think I'm playing. That's what it's going to come to. Oh, they think I'm playing. I'm done. I'm about to show them better than I can tell them, because they think I'm playing. That's what it's going to be like. All right. So y'all, hey, it's man, it's about to go down. Okay. So, you know, hey, with that, you know, I pray this is an edifying lesson. Giving all praises going honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostle, great millstone, to the next time I'm going to say shalom.